Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, for those of you who don't know. And for today's video, I'm so excited. We're going to be putting two different foundations to the test. So right over here, we have the Estee Lauder. This is the Double Wear Foundation. I love this. This one is in the shade Ivory Beige, which I think is going to be a little too dark, so we are going to have to just lighten it up just a tad bit. And then we also have the Double Lasting Foundation. This is from Etude house. Not really sure if I'm saying that correctly, but this is what it looks like. You can get this off of YesStyle. You can get this off of Amazon, which is where I purchased it. But basically, I heard that these two foundations are so similar, and this one is super affordable. So I wanted to put these two bad boys to the test, do a little double wear test for you guys. You guys really seem to like that sort of content. So if you guys do like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe before you go if you do like what you see. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, guys. All right, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and prime up the skin. We're going to be using the MAC Prep and Prime. Love this. And while that is sinking into my skin, let's go ahead and just talk about the foundation. So we have the Estee Lauder Double Wear right over here. This retails for $43, and this is a 24-hour liquid foundation that provides a flawless and natural matte finish and unifies uneven skin tone and covers imperfection with buildable coverage. So this is full coverage, it is matte, and it is great for combination and oily skin. I have used this before, and I can definitely say I totally agree with this. This is really full coverage. It is not gonna budge. I feel like this is probably my most full coverage foundation that I have tried. And then the Double Lasting one, again, I just got mine off of Amazon. It was the fastest, but this I think is gonna be too light. Oh my goodness, look at that difference. That is very different, but I'm going to have to make it work. I thought this was going to be darker. Again, I got the shade Beige, but this retails on Amazon for $18, so definitely more than half of the price of that Estee Lauder one, which is crazy. A high coverage foundation, and it says just with one layer of the Double Lasting Foundation will guarantee you a flawless skin thanks to its double shot technology. It has a magnet fit effect, which allows your morning coat of foundation to stay on like a magnet, delivering a weightless, long wearing full coverage. And it is 24-hour long lasting, and it effortlessly covers problematic areas such as blemishes, redness, and holds up the entire time without becoming sticky. So very excited to put these two to the test, but first let's go ahead and prime up the skin. To do that, we're going to go in with my handy dandy. This is the Smashbox Oil and Shine Control Primer. You guys know I love this. I pretty much use this on all of my foundation tests. And then for the pore filling, we're going to go in with the Tarte Timeless. This is the limited edition one, but it's just the packaging that is a little bit different. It's going to help my pore areas right here. You guys know I love to double prime, and I'm just going to do a little bit in between the brow area, which is like my problem spot. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is put the Estee Lauder on this side and then the Double Lasting on this side. What I need to do is see the color difference because it might be crazy. The Double Lasting Foundation has a pump, which I really like. I like foundations with a pump. Unfortunately, if you guys don't know, the Estee Lauder comes without a pump, and it's so expensive. So it is double the price of this Double Lasting one, and it doesn't come with a pump. You have to purchase the pump for an additional $10, which I feel like if you're spending like $43 on a foundation, then it should definitely come with a pump. But a pump of this, and that is what the Double Wear looks like. And then I want to do a pump of the Double Lasting on the other side so I can see. Oh, okay, so there definitely is a pretty big difference. This one is definitely lighter. This one is definitely more runny than the Double Wear. So I am going to go ahead and lighten up the Estee Lauder one, and I'm just going to use the LA Girl. This is the Pro White Pigment. I've used this before plenty of times. It does not alter the foundation itself. All right, so the only difference that I do notice is that the Estee Lauder definitely has more of a neutral undertone versus the Double Lasting, which has a little bit more of a yellow undertone. We're gonna make it work as always, and I have two different beauty blenders. So I'm gonna use the pink for the Double Lasting and then the yellow for the Double Wear. So let's go in with the Double Wear. I have used this before. This is definitely too light for me, and I think too much. Like this a little bit goes a long way. Bronzer and stuff is definitely going to make this work. I feel like on the viewfinder it looks totally different, but then in person it's like not that big of a difference, but on the viewfinder it looks crazy. You guys saw I literally didn't even use a lot of this and it just blended everything out. Definitely applied a nice clean coverage on my face. Definitely covered up the acne that I had going on. So I am a huge fan of the Estee Double Wear. I feel like I always will be. Now let's go in with the Double Lasting. I'm gonna take about the same amount and I'm gonna pounce this in. Yeah, so this is definitely a bit more yellow, but it's blending out really nicely. Just gonna go over it right in the middle so there really isn't that big of a difference. All right, so I feel like it definitely covered up my acne. It definitely provided the same amount of coverage because this is incredibly full coverage. Oh my gosh, it covered up my acne like pretty well. It covered up my deep dark under eye circles. I feel like the Double Lasting side looks just as good as the Estee Double Wear side. Both blended out really nicely. They both don't really feel sticky. This side feels a little bit more tacky than the Double Wear side, but they both look really good. They both look very similar right now. Both covered up my acne really nicely. So I give this 2 thumbs up. I definitely do appreciate it. I definitely do like it thus far. And then also I did want to mention, I'm so sorry for the different lighting. I'm trying to narrow my lighting down. I don't know what happened, but I feel like the past few videos my lighting hasn't been the best, so I need to go ahead and just play around with it, adjust with it. I know that it is a little bit distracting, so that is definitely something I'm going to take in consideration and definitely alter. So just stay with me please. I'm trying to figure this out, but let me go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup. It is now 12:36, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and I will be right back to give you my first full impressions. Okay guys, I am back and it is now 12:52, and yes, there has been a background change. I just felt like when I was a little bit further up in the room, you guys just could not see me. Like, I don't know what's going on with the lighting. Maybe it's just the viewfinder, but I am having a lot of difficulties with my camera and just the lighting, and I have another ring light and I feel like it's still not as good as it usually is. But as of right now, this is what the makeup is looking like. So you guys can see everything blended out really nicely. I feel like it kind of looks exactly the same on both sides. Yeah, everything looks exactly the same. No creasing around like my nose area, which is usually where I get the most creasing. My forehead looks really good. It feels like very matte on both sides. Both sides feel super matte. I like the feeling on both sides. It doesn't look powdery, doesn't look cakey, doesn't look heavy. One side does not look more full coverage than the other. I feel like both really look pretty full coverage. Everything blended out really nicely on both sides. Yeah, it doesn't look like heavy or anything like that on either side. I feel like it looks exactly the same. So right now I feel like they're both wearing pretty much exactly the same, which I really appreciate because that price difference is amazing. But I feel like it looks really good. I'll give you guys a up close view and now so you guys could see there is no creasing, there is no dry areas, there is no patchy areas. Everything just looks really nice on the skin. Everything covered up very nicely, especially my little acne marks that I have going on. I feel like everything still looks really good. I feel like the really only noticeable difference is just how light it is compared to my face, especially when I first applied it. Oh my god, when I first applied it, it just looked so white. It was crazy. Now it doesn't look so bad, but when I first applied it, I was like, oh my god, am I gonna have to redo this video? But I feel like it looks pretty good right now. It looks very natural, and I hope that it wears very nicely in comparison to the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Let's just continue on with the day. I will check in with you guys maybe one time throughout the day, and then right before bed, just to give you guys my final update. But so far, 2 thumbs up. I think it looks really good. Hey guys, so it is now 5:04 and this is what my face is looking like. I feel like it still looks really good. I really don't see that much of a difference. I feel like it still looks pretty matte. I don't see any oils peeking through. It feels super lightweight on the skin. It doesn't feel like tacky or heavy or anything like that. I feel like my pores are still looking really good. It doesn't look cakey or anything like that. Again, this is the Estee Lauder, and then this is the double lasting side. I feel like they're both looking really good. You can see that there is a little bit of creasing on this side, on the double lasting side, but then there also is a little bit of creasing on the Estee Lauder. So I feel like they're both creasing in the same exact spot. They're really not settling into my smile lines and not settling into like my under eyes. I feel like my nose is kind of looking a little weird, but it's mostly looking weird like right in the middle aspect. I feel like a little bit more rubbed off on the Estee Lauder than it did on the Double Wear, which I'm actually really surprised about because usually Estee Lauder does not budge on me. So I feel like I am definitely a fan. I feel like it still looks really good. I feel like honestly right now I feel like this is a spot on dupe, and I feel like you can't even tell, and the double lasting is like 18 compared to 40 something. Like that's insane. I feel like there was no oxidation on either side. The lighting, again, I'm so sorry, is still off. At least on the viewfinder it still looks pretty like off. So I hope that you guys are able to tell an accurate representation of the color. I know when I first applied it, it kind of looked a little weird, but hopefully right now it looks a little bit better for you guys. But overall, definitely still a thumbs up. I feel like both are going really strong. Both look really good, and I definitely feel like the double lasting is pretty much up to par with the Estee Lauder, which is crazy. So definitely stay tuned for my last check-in so we could see how this actually works. Hey guys, so it is now 9:51 and this is going to be my final check-in before I am off to bed. So this is what my makeup is looking like. So I do have my own opinions on how it looks. I also asked my mom, I asked Ivan what they thought. So my mom said that she actually liked the Estee Lauder side a little bit better. She said that the color fit me a little bit more, which it does, but she also said that the double lasting side was a little bit too matte. So she didn't like this side because it was a little too matte. She said this side was a bit more glowy. It looked a bit more like skin. Ivan, on the other hand, liked this side because he noticed on this side that there was a little bit of creasing, and right around my nose area it was coming off quite a bit. So I do have my ring light on one of the lower settings so you guys can see what my face actually looks like without all of the harsh lights. So you guys could see this side of my face. I feel like both sides still look really matte. I could definitely see the double lasting side looking a little bit more matte than the Estee Lauder side, but I definitely do see the Estee Lauder side, like right around my nose, just looks really funky. Don't know if the camera's going to pick that up right now, but I will zoom y'all in so you guys could see. But right around my nose it looks really funky. I feel like on the double lasting side it looks like it faded. It's just not as bad as the Double Wear. So I actually have to say I feel like this is a really good dupe. Truthfully, I feel like the double lasting kind of lasted a little bit better. I feel like the bronzer and stuff kind of just blended out just a tiny bit better than on the Double Wear. I feel like on the double lasting it definitely feels a little bit more lightweight than it does on the Estee Lauder. So I feel like in this round I'm surprised, but I feel like the double lasting actually worked a little bit better for me than the Estee Lauder. Again, it's just because Estee Lauder did fade a little bit more, kind of looks a little bit weird on my nose area, while the double lasting looks pretty matte. I am super oily, so I feel like it did a really good job. Did not budge as much as the Estee Lauder, which I'm surprised about because usually Estee Lauder does not come off on me at all. But yeah, I definitely say that the double lasting is definitely a dupe for the Estee Lauder. So if you do not want to spend the $43 on the Estee Lauder, go ahead and get this. You can get a Yes Style, which if you guys do not know, I am an affiliate for Yes Style. So all you have to do is just use my coupon code. I'll leave it here on the screen for you guys, and you can get a percentage off. I feel like it looks really, really good. I'm very content with how my makeup is looking. I feel like it is literally like I'm wearing one exact foundation, which is super surprising. So definitely 2 thumbs up. It's definitely a dupe right here. So if you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe before you go if you do like what you see. If you do like these kind of tests, meaning I do have the dupe version, regular version, wear test, anything like that, definitely give this video a thumbs up so I know to continue to do these in the future. But I hope that you guys did enjoy, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe before you go so you can be part of the ATFB fam. ATFB, all things fashion and beauty, and if you hit that post notification bell, you will get notified of all my future uploads. I usually do upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 p.m. EST. But that is it, everybody. I hope that you all enjoyed and that you guys are well, and I will see you guys in a few days in my next video. Bye!